Hello, everyone, and welcome to Stars with Stasi, where no matter who or what you are on this cosmic journey, you are welcome here. I'm Stasi, your trusted psychic, intuitive reader, and fellow Scorpio. This is our weekly reading for all Scorpio placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for November 10th through November 16th, or whenever you come across this message, it's meant for you. Now, we are making some changes. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to take a look at the general energies for the week ahead. We're also going to look at the numerology of the 1111 portal, as well as all of the energy we have to look forward to with this full moon. And it is, of course, a super full moon, or I should say a full super moon happening in our 7th house of partnerships and relationships. It's happening in the sign of Taurus, which of course is opposite the sign of Scorpio. So we have the energy of the sun in Scorpio across from the moon in Taurus. That's going to bring up a lot of shifts in our perspectives when it comes to things of the material. So this is going to be a great reading, so stay tuned. Also, guys, if you're looking to book a personal reading, head over to my website at starswithstasi.com, and I am doing a solar return special coupon code in the description box below. It is Scorpio 2024. All right, and Spirit, go ahead and give me the best and highest messages for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Now, again, like I was saying, this is the 4th consecutive super moon, and that's amplifying the emotional and the psychological. So you can expect really deep and powerful feelings to come up. And also because the moon is so close to the earth, again, for the 4th consecutive time, that energy, we are going to feel more of it. We're going to feel very strong in our convictions. So this is a time where you need to really pay attention to why it is that you feel so strongly about things, and how is that interfering with perhaps how you show up in partnerships and relationships. Are you aligning with the right people at this time? So it says here, stay present. That's where life happens. And bet on yourself. Take chances, reach your dreams. You've got this, Scorpio. So this is definitely a time of completion and release. Like I said, this is happening in our 7th house. So that is about our partnerships, our relationships, open enemies, as well as potentially clientele. If you own your own business, or even customers that you work with on a regular basis. So let's see, we've got the 4 of Cups coming through. I feel that there is definitely a time of release and an unveiling of truths, for example. So I'm getting this energy that, for those of us that are in relationships that, and this isn't romance necessarily, of course, it is in our 7th house of romance and, partnerships and all the things, but this could include intimate friends, whoever's in your circle, whatever you see as a partnership. This energy is coming through as if there's been turmoil, if there's been heaviness, there is literally a parting of the ways. And so that's because we have here a reflection through the past, and then also Spirit bringing in something new, which is interesting. So there's something here about being flexible, Scorpio, as well, and allowing for new partnerships, new energy to come in. And this is about commitments and community, potentially marriage. Like I said, that is in our 7th house. The full moon, not only does it bring about endings and closures, but it shines a bright, beautiful light on the things that you did not see before that might be holding you back. It might be, for example, if you are in a relationship with anyone and perhaps that person's more reserved, and you're not in a position that you can express all aspects of your Scorpio self, you may find yourself uncomfortable and not vibing with that person as much. You may find that if you weren't if you weren't in this perceived restraint, that you would do more. For example, you might have picked a different lifestyle, or, that's how it's coming through. This is more about I keep saying it for Scorpio, the I want to era. On a global level, I feel strongly that there's going to be a lot of truths revealed here, and we're going to see the beginning of a different type of structure overall. Lots of change. Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles is an interesting card because traditionally people see it as being left out in the cold and feeling isolated. In this case, Scorpio, I think that it's you, right? It's us that is saying, you know what? I haven't felt at ease around, and then fill in the blank. I haven't felt like myself. I have felt like I've had to mask. I felt like I have had to bring in my representative. And Scorpios are not good at that. And so I feel that because you're being very true to yourself, and you are being very true to the new phase of Scorpio, you're leveling up, that, yeah, I mean, maybe in the past you have felt this. We're going to clarify. But now that I'm thinking about it, this might actually be the people that you've been at odds with as well. So let's see what the cards say about that, because I think both are true, Scorpio. In this transition, there is a great release. Actually, yeah, because I'm seeing here the Ten of Swords, which is finality. Truly, it is the end of something that you've been marinating over, something you've been thinking about, like, do I want to stay in this friendship? Is this relationship providing me the type of support that I desire for my future goals? Are we an adventurous couple? That's what I just heard. Is there still passion and spark, for example? So Scorpios have been in hermit mode for quite some time, right? So I'm picking that up, the hermit card. And I feel like now is a time of just getting back out there. But I feel like you're going to want to do it differently with different people. There's also this need here to be mindful of your resources, because they're on a global scale. I do see I'm hearing truths being revealed behind the financial sector. And again, that is Taurus energy, the finances, the stability, the stock market, literally, investments. Be mindful of, take this or leave this. I don't know. I just heard short sales. Be mindful of short sales, whatever that means. If you're a financial person, you would know more than me. All right. So here we have the Star card coming through with Six of Wands. I love that, because this is the hope after the Tower, which, of course, depending on where you are feeling like you've had some Tower moments this week. Here in the US, we did absolutely just have our presidential election, and I'm not going to get on that too much. But what I am saying is that right now we are divided, if you choose to see it that way. I think where we can all agree is that this is a catalyst for change. And I would want us as spiritual light workers, as leaders in the community, to step forward and really lean into our faith and understand the bigger picture, not just what's in front of us on this very limited sight world stage. Look at the bigger picture, okay? We've got Pluto going into Aquarius on the 17th, I think it is, the 18th. And talk about the beauty of that, right? Because we're going from a structure that is all about the top down, right? The patriarchy, the separatism, the divisiveness, all those things. That structure is reaching its end. That is a catalyst. This is a catalyst, right? The numerology of 1111 will show that as well. And I'm going to get into that here shortly. I want you to understand that disruption and the fall of an era is not comfortable. And where right now the perception is people versus people with the power up here. Imagine a world where Aquarius energy comes forward and it's people working with people against the power, the perception of power. We take our power back. There is no choice. And I really urge the collective to dig deep into that belief. I've seen many, many spiritual leaders, people that, are widely just so spiritually, like forward thinking mystics is the best way I can say it. I've seen just a lack of faith a little bit, because this is such heavy energy. And I'm here to just remind us to stay in that light, because when you work from a place of passion and drive and in the high vibrations of seeing this through a lens of change, you get things done much, much faster than from a place of lower vibing anger, which is still passion. So yes, eventually the result will come, but it may come at the cost of your well-being and at the cost of your physical vessel. And that isn't what we're here for. Put your oxygen mask on first, Scorpio, which is so, so important. And then take a deep breath and sit in your feelings as long as you need to sit in your feelings to get the lessons, to get the proper prescription of which to see out of. And this is a time of great change. No matter what side of the fence you're on, understand that there is no other option. We come together against the power. That's Aquarian energy. This is a time of great hope. And I hope that as each of us come forward with this process thinking, that it spreads a lot faster than anything else, because I want to see that type of world again. All right, so let's talk about the energetics also of the 1111 portal as I clarify these cards. I've got the Two of Wands. One second. Two of Wands clarifying the Four of Cups. As I was talking about Capricorn going down, look at the guys. Look, I thank you, Spirit, because here we've got the Devil card coming through. This is that Capricorn energy. What did I say? A new beginning, the Fool card. Guys, please keep in your high vibes to the best of your ability. Do not allow what's happening on the world stage to ruin the relationships that are actually impactful for your development and karma. Okay? Please take note of why you are where you are and who are the players around you, and understand that there's a world that exists, that there is a lens for you to learn from so that you can be the light that guides others. But you can only be a guiding light when you're willing to sit in a position of neutrality, and you can understand that everything can be true all at once. But what is true for you is where you need to sit still and really do the go from the somebody training that we received, all the beliefs that we thought we needed to be part of, and strip that shit down and figure out what's true for you, and understand that we are not meant to have this group hive mind. We are meant to be individuals, and we're meant to learn from each other, and we're meant to explore a variety of thought processes and experiences. And from that, we're meant to see the beauty in the differences. So I urge you to see past the smoke and mirrors that is put there by the power people to keep us busy fighting amongst ourselves. And when we drop this crap, right? This ugly, this heavy, this big pharma, because that's another thing you can expect to see changes of. Truth comes out. It's not just about the banking structures in the next 2 weeks, because that's what I'm picking up. It's not just about the banking. It's not just about our relationships. It's not just about that, but it's also about where the power structure has taken advantage of the people. And you can see it as well in the big pharma. And the reason that's coming up in this reading, Scorpio, is because that actually will affect you on a personal level and how you interact and where you put your energy. Be mindful not to waste it on a distraction, but invest it in yourself, because there is a new beginning. Look at this yellow. No matter what side you are on, no matter where you live, no matter how heavy this is, the birthing process of a new structure, of a new you, of hope, of everything depends on your leap of faith to trust that there is no other option but Queen of Pentacles. And this is not about male, female. This is about calm, stable environment, longevity, nurturing, being able to plant seeds of hope for yourself and those around you. This full moon symbolizes closure. And with the Taurus influence, this is an opportunity to let go of the things that are keeping you from the stability. Let go of the things that are keeping you from a calm, serene place of abundance and stillness as well. This moon will expose hidden truths because we do have Uranus and Jupiter in alignment. So you, again, be prepared for secrets coming to the surface. And this will be true of your relationships as well. And like I said in the beginning of this reading, I will be covering the chismosa, the relationship readings, which I normally do. One reading a week to cover everything. Scorpio, I will be splitting it up moving forward because we've got so many major energies coming forward in the next several months. So let's see. With this Four of Cups, I do see the Two of Wands coming forward. And this is really saying, look, things are scary, right? Internally, externally. But it's the catalyst. This Ace of Cups is here saying, don't sit in this heavy for so long because there is adventure ahead for you. There's a new world. Literally, I want you to see that in this card, this person has the world in their hands. And they're holding it in front of them. And you literally have the world in your hands. And you have to take this leap of faith, as the Fool does, and lean all the way in. And you have to trust, right? You have to trust that faith will get you through whatever perception you're currently carrying about your limitations. It is a perception. Release the skin you are in and accept that you are a light being. Right? Call it what you want, whether you're a cosmic being, the carrying the Christ light, whatever it is, you are all of those things. Okay? And you would not be here having this experience if you weren't supposed to win. And I want you to remember that. You bring about what you think about. Allow yourself to take a leap and say, this is a catalyst for change within me and outside of me. This is beautiful. This is what our future holds for us. But you've got to release this. Look at this. Look at this. This is heaviness. And this is also an indicator that you may very well be in a stagnant relationship. And you're only going to know if this is true for you because this is a general reading. Some of us are single. I mean, I'm single. So, I'm struggling with a different aspect, more or less what's holding me back. What beliefs do I have about relationships that I'm hesitant, right? And maybe for those of you in relationship, if you've been wondering what's holding you back from being yourself, it's okay if you are in partnership and one of you has changed or both of you has changed. It happens. And this is a time where the light will shine. And if changes need to be made that are permanent, that's okay as well. How you handle this is up to you. Because look, I go back to this. Yes, somebody may be feeling left out in a partnership, but again, this is what awaits you when you take that leap of faith to know that everything's going to be okay. There is no other option than to manifest what it is that you've been thinking about, wanting, because what you want wants you. And it's a natural gravitational pull. But you have to step into the light. If you stay in this energy, you're going to attract all kinds of things that are not meant for you. And that doesn't feel good because Scorpio, that does show up as health issues. It shows up as, really health issues specifically. And Scorpios, and again, I'm not speaking from medical astrology at this point. I'm just speaking from my my experience, my clients, and this may be true, but I don't know. But my experience has been that Scorpios tend to have a lot of issues in the throat chakra and in the gut when they are not in a position to be themselves, speak their truth, and evolve naturally. That's the other thing. Scorpios, like, we have to evolve. Like, we have to. I mean, it's literally our 8th house is transformation, death, and rebirth. So if you find yourself in a stagnant loop, I mean, that's miserable for us. That is literally a recipe for disaster. And if that's what you're experiencing, you are no doubt having health problems of some nature, you know, truly. And so this spiritual awakening, Spirit wants me to get into the 11 level portal. This spiritual awakening is a time of creation. So let's get into that. Before I start pulling more, because we are going to get into more of this, let's talk about the 1111 portal and the numerology behind that. Now, here we go. You see this card right here. This is community. And this, the 2 wands on either side, the 11. This is people walking, celebrating, going through a portal of freedom. But what is this really? So let's look at it. 1111 equals 4. 4 is a number of stability, foundation, right? And we talk about that in this card as well. Then we've got the energetics of the year, which we are in an 8 year. When you add 4 and 8 together, you get 12, hanged man energy. And that 12 reduces to 3, Empress energy. So if we're going to talk about it as far as tarot cards, we can envision the archetype of the Emperor with the divine counterpart of the Empress. We're talking also the Strength card for the year. And then we're also talking 11, the Justice card. So start building those archetypes in your mind and also include the Hanged Man. So you can work with these cards on your altar, for example, or in your mind's eye. I want you to channel that energy and understand that what the universe is asking you to do is to celebrate you. This is the I want to era for Scorpio. And what does that look like? The energy of this portal is saying drop the mask. Drop the people, places, and spaces that don't allow you to be that 3, that energy that this portal is asking and begging of you, right? What does that mean? Release the skin you're in. When we reach the 3, we are reaching the first alchemical number that exists. What does that mean? We have the number 1, that is the number of self, I. We have the number 2, a partnership, but we still at the 2 have independent energies. It takes the 3 to be created, which is alchemy. It takes the 3 to be created for 1 to see itself. This is a year, or I'm sorry, well, yes, potentially your solar return. This is your year to see yourself. Absolutely, Scorpio. But this day, this portal allows you to look at yourself in the mirror. Look at where it is that you are shedding that skin so that you can create and birth that highest expression of Scorpio during this time of ascension. This is a portal of creation, and you have to believe that this energy, that this disruption that Scorpios are so familiar with, it's no mistake that these global changes are happening during our season, and that it's happening with a super full moon in Taurus. So I want you to work with the energetics as much as possible on that day. And anytime you can envision yourself walking through, this is a portal of freedom. The power goes back to the people. That is a true story. This is no mistake. All right. So I hope that made sense, Scorpio. I will chapter this video so you can come back and revisit that numerology anytime you'd like and really envision that freedom coming to you, that power coming back to the people working together to create a new type of structure, a new type of power. This is not some future out there woo-woo thing. This is 2024, 2025, and the beginning of literally the rest of our lives. So here we have wisdom and union. And I did say again that this is happening in our 7th house. So be smarter about where you spend your time and your energy. You have wisdom now. You've lived it. You've dissected it. You have analyzed it. And you have really earned this owl sitting there. Listen to your gut as well. There's something here about your intuition kicking you in. Kicking you in. Yeah, your intuition's going to beat your ass if you decide to not listen to it. Jeez, that's a real message. Page of Swords come through, and pages are messengers. And in this case, this is a messenger potentially of information, truth, something that's been concealed. And I think that's where your gut kicks in, right? And where we say this wisdom piece. Trust your gut, truly. Because this super moon is no joke. And, if you get a ping to make changes about where you house your money, do it. Because you're going to see financial structures change. Doesn't matter where you are. Because there's new commerce coming. Is that the right word? There's new types of money coming. So be on the lookout for that. And new investment opportunities as well. Interesting. I feel like there's going to be a push towards decentralized currency as well. And I bring that up because I feel like where there has been a lot of stress in the collective over resources and finances, we are going to find ourselves at a final contraction. So I feel like between now and January, end of January, a bit of constraint or restraint, right, is what I'm seeing. And then I'm seeing an explosion after, which is going to shake up the markets potentially. And again, this is not financial advice. I'm sharing with you the energetics that I'm feeling as I'm giving this reading. It is up to you to do as you see fit for yourself. So I would say that it would be pertinent if you are able to hold on to your resources, knowing that there's new technology, new things coming like right now, basically. So just hold off because there's going to be a desire here for you to... like, for example, let's say you've been saving for something and there's something that you really want. Hold off just a little bit more because what I'm seeing is it's like a whole new option, a whole new opportunity to invest, to create. So just a little bit longer. The writing's on the wall. You're going to get information as well about it. What's that? Yeah, perfect. 9 of Cups shows up. With the Lover's card. Wow, Scorpio, this is really interesting because as much as I'm talking about relationships, this basically says, look, you're at a crossroads. And the Lover's card and the 9 of Cups basically says, look, if you're single, you're at a crossroads. Do you want to be in a relationship? If you're in a relationship, you're at a crossroads. Is this the right match for me? But either way, the 9 of Cups, that's how you're showing up. You're showing up 9 of Cups with or without a relationship. And that's been the goal all along, right? This independent, fierce energy. Like I'm getting Queen of Wands energy. And it's been a long journey to be able to have that voice, to be able to have that hindsight without beating yourself up. Or being angry at others. Interesting. I'm hearing that there's you have a new attitude towards yourself this week. And also I'm thinking that Scorpio, I have to clarify, but either you are reaching out to someone or someone is reaching out. You might be hearing something about someone from the past. What is this? Guys, I have to be honest with you. Some of you who have been on the fence with either, like I said, a relationship, a friendship, something close, or you've been feeling like someone's done you dirty, like the end of it is happening. I keep seeing that, like things starting over and where you've been at a crossroads, like you are making the decision to put down the burdens. And I also feel like You're revisiting some difficult conversations. Guys, look, Scorpio, just take it. This is, I know that this doesn't feel comfortable for some of you, right? It's too much change, especially if you've got a lot of Taurus in your chart, right? That desire to be stable, that desire, but we are changes. Like, we're changelings. I don't know what's the word, shapeshifters. We're different, right? We're a different breed. And if you are stuck somewhere, like, you're not gonna survive it well, right? We become aggressive and angry and all the things if we feel caged. And so this is an exploration of what's keeping that mask on you, what's keeping you caged, what's keeping you back, and you just are over it. This week, you really step into some sort of authenticity that maybe you discover things about you this week that you didn't even know were true. Because it's almost, the feeling is that you decide, I'm taking this leap and I give zero about if there's a safety net here or not. I trust in myself. I didn't get this far for nothing. Remember, Scorpio, we're everybody's cheerleader. So why can't it be you this time? Why can't it be? It is you, right? You are the winner here. You are the one that has worked so hard at developing people skills, at developing a sense of, self, at developing a new identity, right? And changing everything about you. Why can't this be you? Be kind to yourself. That's for starters. Be kind to yourself. And also, because we are such changes, catalysts for change, and this is happening in Taurus, this full moon, I really would urge you that as the flow of energy comes through, if you are feeling just unsettled, meditate with the earth energy. So go outside and sit near a tree, near rocks, anything that is really sedentary, and just allow yourself to just root with that energy this week, and you will get so much benefit from that, truly, because I want you to remember that Earth is our oldest record keeper, and as within so without, we are part of that Earth. So all the healing that we need, all the answers that we need, we have access to that 24/7, but it's about finding that element within you that you need in that moment and calling on the strength of that to get you through. This leaves room for this. It's beautiful. Step through it. Step through. All right, let's see. What else? What else do we have? Let's look at our resources here. 1 second. Spirit has been urging us for quite some time to be solarpreneurs, entrepreneurs, find our heart song and connect it to allow the light of wisdom, that of the divine, to connect with your light of mercy, your physical vessel. Step into that faith that you are meant to create, and everything else is a distraction, Scorpio. It is a true statement. You have everything you need within you. Everything that's happening, everything else is a distraction. This is a time for you to focus on yourself. And I say this every reading. It is not selfish. It is being self-aware, and we are in a universe. The more you know. All right, what do we have for Scorpio? 1, 2, and 3. Thank you. This reads cultivation. Interesting that came up because I almost forgot to mention. Another thing that I had gotten during my meditations is that we can expect to see huge changes in agriculture and sustainability and the way we feed the masses. So I'm not sure what that looks like, but it's going to be something that's going to make things, I keep hearing leveling the playing field, which I like the way that sounds, because I think that we end up leveling up, us people. So this is cultivation. You are in the growing phase right now, and you must continue to water the seeds you have planted in order to reap the rewards. Don't give up, Scorpio. I want you to remember, the only people that benefit from your distraction, from you being angry, from you fighting the good fight that you wouldn't be having in the first place if it wasn't for the world stage. Okay? All of that time, all of that energy, imagine you are a battery, it's draining you and it's keeping you away from cultivating precious resources to build your empire, your vessel, yourself. The stronger you are, the more helpful you can be and the brighter you will shine. Look at it that way and change your energetic flow. New life. You may get a fresh start or be called to bring in a new perspective to your old job. You may also get a tempting offer or a new place. Tempting offer, Page of Swords, incoming communication. Here we've got great match. You are on the verge of finding the perfect work for you. Do not give up. You may need to grow your own business to be truly happy. Scorpio, I'm going to pull a couple more cards just to talk about our resources, but everything here says ending of old structures, power dynamics shift, power back to the people, decentralized resources, relying more on the community versus globally. There is something here, okay? And again, just keep thinking grassroots, going back to I just keep hearing working smarter, not harder. And it's going to look totally different than what you had expected. And it's imperative that you allow your heart song and your mind, right? You allow what comes from here and what you want to create. The light of, again, the divine, the light of wisdom, to mesh with your light of mercy. When those channels come together, you can do anything. You can do anything. Truly. All right, so I just saw the 7 of Swords, and generally that could be a card of lying, cheating, stealing, but I also feel like, well, to be honest, we're going to go back to it. Where did it go? And I just saw the Ace of Cups. Hold on one second. So my cards got messed up a little bit, Scorpio. Hold on. So the 7 of Swords coming through while I'm talking about our resources. Like I said before, I do feel like there is going to be some truths revealed around the banking structures and also medicine, things having to do with that. And you may find that may happen on a scale closer to home as well, because it came up in our resources. So, that's interesting. This is a very specific ping, but some of you, if you are a business owner, you may find out that your resources were mishandled by a third party. And while I was getting banking vibes, this might even be like an accountant or someone that you hired. So if that is you, or you suspect that, you will find the truth out before before the fiscal year ends. And that this will actually be taken to I'm hearing like an official level. So this is going to be, this is a problem. I'm so sorry, Scorpio. But I feel like, okay, again, I have to say this, so bear with me. If you are a solopreneur, entrepreneur, you have employees, or you have basically an accountant, and you're feeling like something's off with your investments, or you haven't checked in a while, check in, okay? Just check in, because I'm getting like... mismanagement of funds, misappropriation of funds was actually the words I heard. So, yeah, it's, and to be honest, I'm picking up on a masculine energy as the third party, advisor. So, it doesn't mean that it's a masculine. It just means someone in their masculine energy. Interesting. All right. So what else do we have for Scorpio regarding our finances? Anything that we need to know? Interesting. Sagittarius energy, healing. But it's also a card of alchemy. One moment. What else do we have? I'm hearing shedding of a toxic environment, allowing the higher vibration to guide your. I just heard allow the higher vibrations to guide your creations. Okay. I say that, and here we've got Three of Swords in the reverse. So normally I don't take reversals, but in this case I'm being told allow your healed heart to sing the loudest song. Allow your healed heart to sing the loudest song. So work from a place of healed vibrations or healing vibrations. Ten of Pentacles. So wish fulfillment. This is the best card in the deck, in my opinion. And it also is the card that has the Tree of Life on there, right? The Kabbalah. And so, as I was saying before about the light of mercy, that's our physical vessel. That's this right here, this sphere. And the light of wisdom. So, one moment. Keep going, please. Anything else that we need to know, Scorpio? What else does Scorpio need to know? What about our resources, our creations? I'm hearing allow the redirection to happen for those of you that have, one moment. I'm hearing some of you, okay, this is going to be specifically like if you're a creator potentially, or that you have an online presence for your business. If you've been feeling stuck, if you've been feeling like something's not quite working, again, this is the light shining on it saying, you know what, pivot. Don't drain your resources. It's got to be, again, the Scorpio's I want to era. You're going to have to want to do it. And if there's resistance there, it's not for you. And that's your biggest, oh, one moment. I have a couple cards that flipped up and they want me to take them. These. Thank you. All right. I got a little chunk of cards. What is this? Ah, this is beautiful. Yes. All right. So I've got two super spiritual cards coming up with the Nine of Cups. So we have the Chariot card, things happening quickly. However, you know, the Chariot, people are like, oh, the Chariot's rushing. Everything's happening so quick. But the Chariot's in a power of position. What's wrong with me? A position of power. Guys, it's real. God. All right. And in a place of neutrality. So like the world is going berserk around all of us. Allow the power to come back to you. Stop handing it over by participating in things that you don't have control over. I want you to hear me. Stay in your lane in the sense of focus on what you can control. Focus on your betterment and stay in this position of power. Because look, we have the Nine of Cups, and that is fulfillment of self emotionally, right? This is happiness. This is joy. This is completion in self. And again, Spirit says with the High Priestess, trust in the universal flow, trust in the universal energy, trust that this right here, this being led by the divine gives you time and space and resources to be happy and to be fulfilled and to be in a place of power. Because there are some things that sometimes you just have to hand over. When you are a light worker and you are a faith-based person, your faith will be tested. And this is that test. So what are you going to do? Right? You're going to crumble? No, absolutely not. You're on the ascension journey. Buckle up. And, you know, things of the material are always changing. And so you can bet that this is temporary too. So don't allow yourself to commit to a lifetime of belief systems and structures and relationships when we all know collectively and individually that the one thing that is true for sure is that it will change. So you, my lovely Scorpio, must also change. And that's what we're good at. So this is saying trust in yourself that you can remain in a position of power and that you can remain stable and you can remain, you know, abundant and happy no matter what's happening around you. Yeah, the Knight of Cups with the Eight of Wands. This is a time to take action for what serves you. Truly. Do what it is that you want, Scorpio, because honestly, if no one's going to do it for you, and the reality of it is that you've spent a lot of time in your past doing for everyone else all of the time and neglecting your beautiful soul. And it's a time to redirect that energy, call it back in, and allow yourself the flexibility to make change. And lean into your faith. I can't say it enough. Because look, you guys who don't know me, all right, I'm just going to welcome to my channel. Please like, share, subscribe, drop some comments below. I forgot to say that earlier. But I have to say that this is from experience, right? I have and am still on a very up and down health journey that has really affected every aspect of my life. And I definitely had some experiences that made me think about my mortality 100%. And still, that happens. I say this not for pity party. I say this because my experience became that I had no other option but to lean on my faith. And to be honest, I didn't even know what my faith was at that time. But I found it. I found it because my other option was dying. And I wasn't going to do that shit. So I say this from experience, that when you want something bad enough and when you believe that it just has to freaking happen, there's no other choice, then no other choice can manifest because you don't allow for it. Be mindful of where you spend your energy and where you're giving away your precious life force and to who and for what reason, and start investigating the truths about yourself. Why do you believe what you believe? Why is it important to you? Where did you learn it? And that is no matter what side of the fence you are on, because we all must take a time out to learn about one another and each other. Resources are always here. You have to tap into the energy of abundance to receive it. And I know no one wants to hear that, but we are no longer in practice mode. We are now playing the actual game of life. And the reality of it is that the very first thing that you must change in order to be an amazing player is your perception and your faith. And that if you believe in nothing else, believe in yourself, because truly, the reality is that you are God. You are the co-creator and the creator. And I say it all the time. You're the lighting, the stagehand, the costume, the makeup. You're all the things. So have faith that you can do this, because this life is meant for you. So we're going to look at the shadow work and then what we can manifest this week. Also, Scorpio, I just want to remind you that I will be doing another reading for the chismosa, the relationship sector, and that's going to be here in a couple of days. And then I will set a schedule out for 2 readings a week. All right. So what is the shadow work for Scorpio? Guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment below. Head over to my website. And if you would like to support me, you can always become a member, or you could donate, or you could just support me by actually just subscribing to my channels. I'm Stars with Stasi everywhere. Number 6, shadow and light. You know 6 is a Venusian number. Taurus energy. 6. Balance, harmony, relationship, shadow and light. You know what card that is? Basically, one second. We have so many cards that came up for us that balance the shadow and the light. The Queen of Pentacles is hiding, but she was out here. Not Queen of Pentacles. Here we go, the Chariot. Look. A card of shadow and light. A card of shadow and light. You see, literally the black and the white. This is a time of shadow and light for Scorpio. More so than any other time. This is our season. This is a huge universal transformation. Huge, huge. When we go from Pluto in Capricorn to Pluto in Aquarius. Huge politically. Huge in every sense of the word. What side of this equation do you want to be on? The answer is to strive for the neutral and central position. Because the minute you pick a side, you are unwilling to be neutral. Remember, more than one thing can be true at the same time, and because it's true for you does not mean it's true for everyone, and that is okay. If we were out in the wild, if we were animals or trees, we would not be critical of the changes or the differences. We would be in awe of each other, like, wow, look at you, you're beautiful, right? Your differences make you lovely, make you worth it. I think it's so important that we come together, and I can't say it enough. This is a catalyst for exactly that. It may not feel that way right now, but as truths are revealed and power structures of all kinds, so don't, of all kinds, as they all fall, we start to see how much more we are alike than separate. I can't wait. Guys, be part of the energy that makes that happen. Don't keep living the loop, right? It's crazy making conversation. You know what it is? The world stage out there is like being involved in a narcissistic relationship. It just keeps going. It's a loop. And at some point, somebody's got to get off this ride, right? Somebody's got to get off the ride. So it's going to be the elevated people, the people that see past the immediacy of having to be arguing with one another. It's just not healthy. This says, restore yourself with alone time. Absolutely. Take all the time you need to process your feelings, 100%, but process them. Like, really process them. Don't allow others to tell you what to feel, and don't even listen to what they're saying. I had somebody blow me up on my channel. Literally, I've been getting the most threatening messages and emails, and it's craziness, right? Because for whatever reason, who knows? I could definitely feed into that energy, but instead I'm just processing it. Like, what's causing people to want to be so aggressive and angry and have all the audacity to take the time out and to reach out just to say negativity, trying to incite perhaps an emotion or a reaction. And so in the past, there might have been a day where I would have reacted to all those things. And lately, as I get these messages, I simply sit with them and I say, well, for anyone that chooses harm for me, may they learn from their lessons by experiencing what it is that they were hopeful I would. And that can work both ways. You send me good vibes, you get good vibes. But I'm not going to absorb anything that's not meant for me. And that's going to be true for you as well. If it's not meant for you, it will not resonate. So be Teflon. Literally, let it go off you. So restore yourself with alone time. Take a break from the busy world. Replenish yourself in the stillness. Meditate, stretch, nap, garden. That theme, that Taurus theme we talked about comes up again. Do whatever quiet activities your spirit yearns for. And that's the key, to sit still in the quiet. And quiet is different for everybody. My ADD, no way can I sit there kumbaya. That's not what my meditation looks like. My meditation is dance and movement and rocking back and forth and repetitive, whatever. But that's how I meet my maker, right? So whatever it is that works for you, that's what you need to do. But in this month, do it with the earth energy. All right, Scorpio, thank you so much for your time, your energy, your shares, your likes, your subscribes. I appreciate you guys so, so much. Please remember during this time of transition that this energy of the 1111 portal is here to help you create with that number 3, a foundation, that number 4, that is desirable for you and what it is that you are meant to express. As we enter this full moon in Taurus that is so close to the Earth's atmosphere for the fourth month in a row, we are going to feel restless and upset and anger and desire and passion and all of the things that will create change. But if you can raise your frequency just a little bit each day, understand that the changes will happen with more ease, faster, better, and stronger, and in your favor when you can just raise that energy to something positive. Remember, Scorpio, that we are all stars from the sky with feet on the ground, doing the best we can with the information that we have. So be kind to yourselves and each other. And may the magic that we weave and the words that we speak bring healing to all those who seek it. Happy solar return, Scorpio. Don't forget, everything is working out for you and in your favor. You have to choose to perceive this all as a catalyst for the best possible change ahead. Have a great week and see you in just a couple of days for the Chismosa readings. Bye, everyone.